Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Shantina here. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about the do's and the don'ts of protective styling. Okay, so what are the differences between no manipulation and low manipulation protective styling? So some styles that will put you in the mind of low manipulation protective stylings are styles like twist outs and braid outs and low buns and high buns. These are considered low manipulation because even though you are not manipulating it all the time, you still have to do things at night like twist it back up, braid it back up, so you can have the same texture as you do the day before. So therefore that's why it's called a low manipulation protective style. A twist out and a braid out is also considered a protective style, because when your hair is in a stretched state, like a twist out or with a braid out, your hair has less tension on it, so it's going to cause less breakage. And the low bun and the high bun, just like the twist out and the braid out, this is considered a low manipulation protective style because you still have to maintain the integrity of the style. Like you may have to brush it every other day, pull it back tight, take it down, pull it back together, keep those edges snatched. So therefore that's why it's considered a low manipulation protective style. Okay, so now when you're thinking about no manipulation protective styles, those are your things like your box braids, your cornrows, in some cases your locks, your dreadlocks, your crochet braids, pretty much any tucked away style that you do not have to take down every day in order to maintain the integrity of the hairstyle. So when doing low manipulation protective styles, some of the key points that you want to remember are, so number one, you do want to make sure that you are not pulling and tugging on your hair when you're taking it up and down to maintain the integrity of the hairstyle when you're doing it each night. Number two, you do want to make sure before you even do your protective style that your hair is completely detangled the best that you can. If that consists of a wide tooth comb or a detangler or a tangle teaser or anything like that, you definitely want to make sure that you are getting all the tangles and shed hair out of your hair before you do your low manipulation hairstyle. Number three, you want to make sure that when you are doing your put up and your takedown each night of your protective style, you want to make sure that you're using a liquid like a water. You don't want to use too much of the same cream that you use the night before or a couple of days before, because all you need to do is add water to it and it'll reactivate that product. So you don't want to keep adding product and product and product, because pretty soon you're just going to have all this product build up and your hairstyle, it's not going to be a protective style anymore. You're going to have to rewash it, condition it, and start all over. So you want to make sure that you're just using water when you are re-braiding or retwisting your hair for the next day for your twist out or your braid out. Number four, you do want to use satin scrunchies. Try your hardest not to use cotton scrunchies or those scrunchies that grips your hair, because you're doing that every single day or every other day. It's just causing a lot of tension on your hair. So you definitely want to make sure that you are using satin scrunchies. And a couple of things that you don't want to do when you are manipulating your low manipulation hairstyle is you don't want to do your hair while you're angry, while you're tired, while you're upset, because you are going to rip your hair, pull and tug on your hair, And trust me, when you're angry and tired, or you're just not going to give your hair the best care and love that you need to give it. So you want to make sure that you are stress free and you are ready to tackle those tangles with peace and happiness. Okay. Alright, so there are a few don'ts that I want to talk to you about when it comes to no manipulation protective styling. The first one is, do not go more than 2 weeks without cleansing your scalp. There are many scalp cleansers out there. Tea tree oil is one of them. You can use tea tree oil and water, dilute it a little bit. Use a Q-tip and you can go over your scalp, especially if it is itching, feeling a little scaly. If you go ahead and use tea tree oil, dilute it with some water, I promise you, your hair will start feeling refreshed. It will feel clean, and then with the tingling of the tea tree, you definitely know your hair follicles are being stimulated. Number 2, you want to make sure that you are not getting your hair cornrowed too tight. Be careful who you have cornrowing your hair. You definitely don't want to be starting right at the baby hairs. You want to give it I like to say give it an inch in before you start actually corn rolling your hair, because it gives less tension on your baby hair and on your scalp. Okay, so you do not want to be braiding or corn rolling your hair too tight up under your protective style. Number 3, you do not want to go too long with those cornrows under your wigs, under your lace fronts, or even a weave, because you're going to sweat. It's the summertime. You're going to be sweating, working out. You're going to be forgetting about your scalp and washing it. And yeah, it's going to start an odor, and it's going to smell like a fungus odor. And you do not want to do that, because now you have a breeding ground for bacteria. Okay, you don't want those kind of issues on your scalp. And number 4, ladies, you gotta remember, okay, when you're doing your lace fronts, let me see, I'm trying not to be shady. When you're doing these lace fronts, you want to make sure you're not putting the glue so close to your hairline, because I don't care what nobody say, that glue is going to snatch those baby hairs out. Okay, your baby hair around the perimeter of your head, around the top, even in the back, even where that kitchen is, it is the most sensitive part of your hair, of your follicles, of your skin. Okay, so that's why the hair is soft there, that's why it's fine there, because it is the skin there is very, very delicate. Okay, so you want to make sure you are not putting that glue so close. Okay, and another thing, even if you are wearing satin scarves, okay, please, when you are tying your hair down, okay, when you're tying your hair down around the edges, trying to get those edges snatched, make sure, even if you're using a satin scarf, make sure you're not tying it too tight. Okay, don't do it too tight, because that friction, even with a satin scarf, is going to start tugging and pulling on those baby hairs, and yeah, it's going to rip them out. Number 1 thing you do not want to do when you are manipulating your hair each night, you don't want to manipulate it while it's all dry and brittle, because for sure you're going to have pieces of your hair breaking off. It's not going to be coming out from the root like shed hair. It's going to be coming out and showing up in small pieces on your sink as breakage. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are not doing your hair while it is dry and brittle. Just spritz a little water on your hair, and then you can go back in and twist and re-braid your hair for the next day. Okay, so moving on to no manipulation protective styles. So when you are doing your no manipulation protective styles, you want to make sure that you are doing your hair at least once every 3 weeks, because your hair is going to need deep conditioning, your scalp is going to need a cleansing, your hair strands is going to need a cleansing, you're probably going to need a detox of your hair strands and your scalp. So you do not want to keep your hair up longer. I'm gonna push it and say a month, but for me it's every 3 weeks. You definitely want to get those braids out. You want to take those cornrows out. You want to snatch those lace fronts off, ladies, and do your hair, deep condition your hair up under there. Just because you have that, you know, you have your wigs on and your lace fronts on and you don't see your hair up under there, you're damaging it if you're not taking care of it. So just make sure that you are every 3 weeks washing your hair, your scalp, getting some type of moisture into your hair. I'm doing deep conditioning. You definitely want to make sure of that. So that's like the main thing you want to remember when you are doing a no manipulation protective style. Okay, so I'm sure you guys have noticed I got my hair in a wash and go, and I have like so much shrinkage. I'm gonna show you. Look how much shrinkage I have. Like, this is shrinkage, and I got my hair cut. Okay, the shrinkage is for real. So don't think I cut my hair too much. This is just shrinkage. Alright, so I have decided that I am gonna take a couple of months, maybe a few months off from the protective styling. You know, I am like the protective style queen. Okay, I love me a protective style. I am like the laziest when it comes to doing my hair every morning or every night. I like to just get up and go. And I always would do a bun, high bun, low bun, twist out, or just twist, keeping them in tight. But I'm noticing that when I am doing my hair in twist outs and in braid outs, I'm putting too much tension on my hair. I'm noticing I'm putting too much tension, and I'm not washing my hair or deep conditioning my hair. I'm getting lazy, and so now I gotta just cut it out. I just gotta cut it out, and then I found myself doing a wash and go, and let me tell you, I think this wash and go turned out pretty good. This is day 3 hair. My hair is fine. It is thin and it's low porosity. So this looks like day 1, but no, it's really day 3 hair. So, and it wasn't hard for me to keep it maintained. Okay, so I'm thinking that the wash and go is gonna be a good deal for me while I'm going through this transition. I'm hoping that I will fall so in love with the wash and go that I don't have to always rely on my protective styles for me to start seeing some growth or my hair getting thicker or anything like that. I would just enjoy the process of my hair just growing and flourishing in a wash and go. So a couple of reasons why I decided to take this route is because when you're doing too many protective styles, especially the ones that I do the most, which is like a high bun or a low bun, you really are stretching your curl pattern, and you could be messing your curl pattern up. It's like if you notice in the front of your hair when you wear it down, it's straight, and you're like, wait a second, I don't have any heat damage. I hadn't had a perm in like, I don't know how long. Why is my hair stretching like at the roots? Why is it stretching? How come I don't have a curl pattern? What's going on? I'm not doing anything wrong. Well, what you're doing wrong is keeping your hair in a stretched state, in those ponytails, pulling it tight, got that gel slick back. It's pretty much stretching your curls out of shape, and I don't want that to happen. So before that happened to me, I decided to just go ahead and start doing wash and goes for a little while, just to see how my hair reacts to that. Another reason why I am going through this transition is because I want to save my edges. My edges are fine. They're already like thin and fine, and the more and more I'm tugging on my hair, gelling it, pulling it, it's just, you know, I'm not trying to have like balding edges. I'm not the one for the balding edges. Like, your edges is the hardest and the longest. Your baby hair, your edges, it takes forever to grow back. So before I lose my edges, before I just, you know, go crazy with the baby hairs, I'm just gonna not do protective styles for a while. So you're going to be seeing me experimenting with different products, with wash and goes. I am going to do a couple of protective styles, so don't hold me to the whole wash and go thing for the next 6 months. Every time you see me, it's going to be a wash and go. I'm just saying that I'm not going to be doing those protective styles. If I do a protective style, I probably won't keep it in longer than 2 days, okay? So yeah, I just wanted to tune in, chime in, talk to you guys about some of the things that I am doing with my hair, give you some tips and some tricks when it comes to protective styling. And don't be afraid. You know, your hair is probably going through like a stage where it's like an awkward stage or whatever like that. Embrace that stage. Embrace it. Love it. Your health of your hair is way more important than like the length of your hair. So start focusing on the health of your hair, the health of your curls, your scalp, and things like that. And trust and believe you will see the growth. Just have some patience, okay? So that is all I have for you today. Please leave me a comment, questions in the comment section. Let's have some dialogue. Let's talk about this low manipulation to no manipulation protective styling, and how is it working for you? Are you experiencing some of those things in your journey? Let me know. Let's talk about it in the description. Let's talk about it in the comment section. And as always, remember to stay focused, keep moving forward in a positive direction, forsaking all negativity that tries to invade your space. And until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye.